I do have a pretty large stack. I don't know if I can carry it all. This is heavy. Hello everyone, it's Jasmine and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video, I'm going to list out all of the books that I want to read this summer, so my summer TBR. These are a combination of summer romance books in general, and then some romance manga that I really just want to get done with by the end of August. I tried to keep this list kind of reasonable, but I got a little carried away. So here are all the books that I want to read by the end of August. These are a few of the books that I will be talking about today. First, I'm going to start off with books that are very summery, so summer romance books. First, I have Sunkissed by Casey West. I literally have no idea what it's about, but you can see here in the cover, it seems like it's going to be like a lake house type thing, and I love how that sounds. I feel like very fitting for summer. I'm going to go ahead and read the blurb. It says, Avery has always used music as an escape. After her best friend betrays her, even her perfectly curated playlist can't help her forget what happened. To make matters worse, her parents have dragged her and her social media obsessed sister to a remote family camp for 2 months of fun. Just when Avery is ready to give up her summer altogether, she meets Brooks, mysterious, frustratingly charming Brooks, who just happens to be on staff, which means he's off limit. Okay. What starts as a disaster turns into something else. Okay, this sounds really good. Yes, I definitely need to read this summer. Another summer book that I want to read is After All by Heidi McLaughlin. Again, no idea what it's about, but the cover just screams summer. The blurb is, Brooklyn Hewitt hasn't stepped foot in Cape Harbor for 15 years, not since an accident claimed the love of her life, Austin Woods. Whoa. Desperate to move forward, Brooklyn has focused on raising her daughter for the past 14 years, but when the opportunity comes along to renovate the old Driftwood Inn, Brooklyn knows it's time to go home. But it won't be easy. For one, Austin's best friend, Bowie Holmes, still lives in Cape Harbor. Brooklyn hasn't quite been able to forget him, not since the night they spent together and the same night they both lost Austin. Separated by tragedy and guilt, they're brought together by the Driftwood Project, and as they rebuild the inn, they discover they're also rebuilding something else. Okay, this sounds really good. Single mom. This is giving Reminders of Him. Reminders of Him, but make it summer. Okay, this just bumped up my TBR. I also want to read The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walter. I got this last year, still haven't read it, but I love the cover. Screams summer. The blurb says, it's all fun and games until someone loses their heart. When Meredith Fox lost her sister Claire 18 months ago, she shut everyone out, but this summer she's determined to join the world again. The annual family vacation to Martha's Vineyard, oh my gosh, that's such a fun location, seems like the perfect place to reconnect. Her entire extended family is gathering for a big summer wedding, and although Meredith is dateless after being unexpectedly dumped, she's excited to participate in the traditional Fox family game of Assassin that will take place during the week of the wedding festivities. Claire always loved the game, and Meredith is determined to honor her legacy. But when Meredith forms an alliance with a cute groomsman, she finds herself getting distracted. Meredith tries to focus on the game and win it for her sister, but she can't help falling for him. And as the week progresses, she realizes she's not only at risk of losing the game, but also her heart. Ah, this seems really cute. I feel like this setting is going to be very fun. I feel like it's very East Coast summer, like in Gossip Girl. They go to the Hamptons for the summer, but this seems like it's going to be a really fun read. The next book, I read this in 8th grade, but I literally don't remember anything, so I think I'm going to read this to see if I want to keep it or see if I want to get rid of it. But that is Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. I know this is in a lake house. I know it's about a girl. She hasn't seen this guy in a while, and then she sees him again. Yeah, I feel like very cliche. That's what makes these lake summer romances so addicting. The blurb says, Taylor Edwards has a tendency to run away when things get tough. But when her father receives unexpected terrible news, Taylor knows this is one situation she can't outrun. To have one last summer together, Taylor's parents decide to take the family back to their old lake house. Even though Taylor was 12 the last time she went to Lake Phoenix, the people she left behind are still there, like her former best friend Lucy, who's still hurting from a long ago betrayal, and her first crush Henry, who's gotten 5 years cuter. With nights full of fireflies and fireworks, the summer holds the possibility of forgiveness and maybe even love. I remember this being really cute, and I like the idea of going back. Like, I think this reminded me of Cheaper by the Dozen in a way of like, this is gonna be the last family vacation, let's go to a lake, let's go to the lake house. I'm excited to reread this and kind of have a new perspective on it, being a lot older than I was the first time I read it. Staying in this YA summer romance phase, I want to read Alex Approximately and Starry Eyes by Jen Bennett. I feel like these books just seem like something that I'd really like. I know this one is supposed to be like enemies to lovers, and this one is childhood best friends to enemies to lovers, and it's like also forced proximity. So I think these are just very summer books that I feel like I'll really enjoy. Then I have a couple of mangas that I really want to read. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. I just think I'm really gonna love this. I've seen a lot of great reviews on this. A lot of people cried while reading this. I would like to feel that same emotion, so this is on my TBR as well. Then I also want to read How to Ride or Blue Spring Ride this summer. There are 13 volumes. I only have 12 of them. I'm missing volume 10 because it's out of print, but I recently watched the anime for this and I loved this. This is like second chance romance. They had a crush on each other in middle school. Something tragic happens. The boy moves away and he comes back and they kind of rekindle their romance, and I'm excited to see all the content that the anime doesn't cover. So this is something that I definitely want to read this summer, and I'm looking forward to finishing this up. Okay, and then the rest of these books, they aren't summer romances, but they are books that have just been on my TBR for a really long time. First one is The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Olivia actually sent this to me, so thank you so much, Olivia. I really appreciate it. This seems like something I would have really enjoyed in middle school. I think the premise of this just seems really interesting, and I know this is like, I think like Team Grayson and Team, I don't remember the other guy's name, but I'm looking forward to see who I kind of lean towards. I know romance is a subplot in this. That's what's going to make this even more interesting, so I'm looking forward to reading this. Then I finally am going to pick up a Mariana Zapata book this summer. I am going to read From Lukov with Love. Before everyone read this, I knew this one was going to be like one of my favorites by her. I just feel like the premise of this book and like the blurb of it is something super interesting. I heard it's grumpy, it's rivals to lovers. I feel like that's just something that I'm really looking forward to, and it's ice skating. I feel like I've never read a book where it's ice skating, and I think that's so interesting, so I am really looking forward to this. And her name is Jasmine, like me. She's half white, half Filipino, like me. I'm literally going to imagine myself as the main character, and I love that. So definitely going to be reading this in the next couple of months. I'll probably do a reading vlog on this just because I feel like I'm going to love this book. Okay, then I have some Devney Perry / Willa Nash here. I really want to read Indigo Ridge and Juniper Hill this summer. I just think being in small town, I feel like that just screams like, you know, summer. I'm very much looking forward to reading these. Devney actually sent me this herself back in November, I believe, but I just haven't picked it up, and I think now is the time for me to pick it up. So I'm looking forward to binging these two. I know it's in a small town, and I know this one is single mom, I believe. This summer is the time to start reading this. And I also want to read Ivy by Willa Nash. Willa Nash is her pen name, I believe. Julia read this and she absolutely loved it, so of course I have to read it. She said it gives her Gossip Girl vibe. Aston University might be teeming with prestigious and wealthy students, but the currency on campus isn't their millions, it's their secret. And the three women living at Clarence Manor are filthy rich in lies and deceit. Two of the roommates have played this game for years. Some would consider them masters of a ruse. The third might be new to Ashton, but she's no stranger to secrets. Who's hiding the ugliest truth? That also sounds a little bit like Pretty Little Liars. She also told me there's like multiple point of views, so not just dual point of view, there's more than two people. So I feel like that's super interesting. I feel like I need that in my life right now, so I'm gonna read this summer. And then I also wanted to kind of dive back into the sports romance world, so I'm going to pick up Change on the Fly by Maren Moore. I know her most recent book just came out. I think it was like the final scorecard or something. I just want to go back into single hockey dad. This is also Best Friend's Brother, which I'm super excited about, and I just think this would be really fun to read. I love Maren Moore's writing. I feel like it's super fun, super addicting. Imagine being in love with your best friend's brother, then keeping it a secret for years. Ridiculously charming, a total player, and a hockey superstar. Reed Davidson has been the boy next door who's had my heart for as long as I can remember. I can't wait to read this so I can read the rest of the series. Next, I want to read Tattered Stars by Catherine Cowell. Thank you, Catherine, for sending this to me. She also sent me her second book, which I do want to read as well. I have no idea what this is about, and I do know that my friend Logan and Julia read this and they loved it. I believe this is like small town romance, so I'm super excited. I feel like small town romance screams summer, like you just have to read it during the summer. I think this cover is really pretty. It says here that their lives shattered beyond repair with jagged edges and pieces askew. Now Everly has a chance to make things right, to bring healing to a place where everything fell apart, but it means facing the family her father almost destroyed and the boy with the dark eyes now grown, who still haunts her dreams. Okay, this seems interesting. I'm very excited to be picking this up. Another book that I'm just dying to read is actually part of a series, so I guess a series that I'm dying to read this summer. The Palm South University series by Candy Steiner. I don't have the paperback, but it is available on Kindle Unlimited, so I will be reading these on my Kindle. There are 7 books. I just think the title alone sounds super fun, but the blurb of the first one is Dramas, Lies, Sex. Welcome to Palm South University. At a college in sunny South Florida, the weather is hot and the guys are hotter. Cassie McBee is a freshman, brand new to campus, and it doesn't take her long to figure out that the rules are only set to be broken at PSU. A pre-med bio major, she's got more important things to worry about than joining a sorority or partying at fraternity houses. But her best friend is rushing, and when she tags along, she discovers there's more to Greek life than she thought. And then she meets Adam Brooks, the sexy soon-to-be president of Alpha Sigma. She kisses her heart goodbye right there in the spot. There's just one problem. Adam is dating Skylar, Cassie's new big in Kappa Kappa Beta. And if you think that sounds like trouble, just wait until you meet the rest of the crew. I feel like this just seems super fun. So that's definitely just something that I really want to read. I'm looking forward to binging the whole series. I feel like I'm just gonna get the urge to pick it up and then I'm not gonna be able to stop. And that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me go on and on about the books that I want to read this summer. Let me know if these are on your TBRs, or let me know what you have on your summer TBR, because maybe I will switch mine up. Obviously, I have a lot more books than this that I want to read, but these are just some things that I want to put on priority for the next couple of months. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.